Welcome back to another episode of the ParkHopper Show, a great big beautiful podcast with Jenna and Paul, and I'm Paul.
I'm Jenna Railey.
Oh, all right. Which is a hot take today because we're not talking Disney. We're going to talk about their neighbor down the road, Universal Studios, Florida.
Yes. So
please go ahead.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sniffing a lot too. All right, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say our family just got back from Universal Studios, so it's fresh on my brain, and I'm ready to give all the details.
Well, dish, girl. Tell me all.
Ask me questions.
How was it? Okay, so I have not been to Universal Studios Florida. It turns out in 14 years. We went with my ex-girlfriend, Nicole, who is now my wife, and we went before we were saddled with children. Is it the phrasing?
I don't understand.
She's not my girlfriend anymore. We're married.
Okay.
Get out of here. All right. Back to my story.
Go ahead.
We went then, and we had a good time, and I had been when I was a child and loved it, maybe more so than a lot of Disney stuff in middle school ages. I was a big movie person. So
yes, I can see that.
And it has changed dramatically since then. I was actually out in front of it 2 years ago. We stayed, we were at a conference and we stayed at the hotel. And I
thought you said you had been recently.
To the City Walk, had some voodoo donuts. Was not allowed to go back for dinner because all of my crew had knives, and we had an off-duty police officer with a gun, and you've never seen a more concerned look on a person's face at the metal detector than the person who showed. Because they were all from Shepherdsville, from our church, and we walked across the street, and me and another guy, we went upstairs and we were talking to our wives because they were here, and we were like, what? Man, we got to go. I don't think we get to stay for dinner because everybody there.
So you were already in City Walk?
We got to the metal detectors to go in, and we had 7 knives and a gun. That's the face. It's the face I was making. And I was like, well, why
I'm glad you weren't allowed in.
Why do we have all? Yeah, I was like, part of me feels like this is fine. Perhaps we shouldn't have been allowed in.
Yes.
But okay. So it's just people from a more country part of. It's like Louisville's southern pants, Shepherdsville. So. Because it's south of us. It's not our southern hat.
County.
It's not our southern hat. It's our boots. It's Louisville's boots, Shepherdsville. Because it's town.
Okay.
Analogies.
Moving on.
All right. So, anyway, it was pretty cool. And the last time I had been, the Globe, the big Universal, the first time we went, that was the parking lot right there. You pulled up to the Globe.
Wow.
And then we went back with 14 years ago, and they were like, oh, there's a parking garage. And now it's its own separate Walt Disney World type place. So, please.
So we...
I didn't even ask you a question.
Yep.
I just said please.
We said please.
So there's 2 parks there now, yes, correct?
Well, 3 with the water park. They have 2 parks and a water park.
Did not know there was a water park.
Volcano Bay.
Boom. Where's
yes.
my notebook?
We're not a big water park family, so we didn't do it. They kind of gross me out, honestly.
Is it all the pee?
It's just all the feet. Everybody's feet. I don't know. Something about a water park is just not my thing. So
you're more comfortable with the pee than the feet? It's very interesting.
Anyways, so we are, typically a Disney family. We do Disney trips, but this last spring break, we scored a really good deal to Universal and decided to try this out because I do book Universal as well, and I needed some more experience and knowledge about it. So we actually spent a whole week there. Most people, when they go to Universal, do it in 2 days, and it's doable. You can do it in 2 days, but we stayed at Universal Hotel from Saturday to Friday. We got a promotion where we bought 2-day tickets, got 2 free. So we had 4 days in the parks, which is plenty at Universal. And then we had a day of just hanging out by the pool and
with your shoes on.
And we actually spent that morning going around to different Universal Resorts to see them.
Oh. Are there a lot of Universal Resorts?
There are not a lot.
I know of the Hard Rock.
Hard Rock, there are 3 or 4 deluxes. I'm trying to count here. 3. And then there's a few that are less expensive. Now, their deluxe resorts come with the Express Pass for free.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. The Express Pass is very expensive
And it's
if
not
you
the
buy it
Fast
on its
Pass.
own.
The Express Pass is tip my hat, my lady. I'm going
All
to the
day
line.
long.
Yeah.
All day long, except Hagrid's.
Oh, well.
The new Hagrid's ride is not on there yet. But everything else, yes, there's an Express Pass lane and you just walk right up. So that is a big deal for their deluxe resorts, that you get that included.
We used to just have to pretend we were in a wheelchair.
Stop.
Okay, so
Anyways.
I was not aware how many there's just so many hotels. I know, well, you don't have to tell me how many, but I didn't realize that property was quite so big.
3.
Are those on?
I want to say there's 6 total.
Are they there at the park?
We were at the one furthest away, and it was a 5-minute bus ride.
Okay, so but it's
3 of them. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them are on the water. You take a boat to them.
Mm-hmm. We don't have to have all the details right now. I don't want to.
No, I'm just trying to map it out.
Off.
So there are a few on the water that you take a boat to, and all the others are a bus ride, 5 minutes at the most.
Okay, I had no idea that it was so big.
Yeah, and they all have a different theme too. Like one of the deluxes is an Italian theme. So when you're walking around, you feel like you're walking around Italy. Hard Rock is the music. There's another deluxe that has like a Polynesian type feel, tropical.
Where'd they get that idea?
Cabana Bay is one of their value resorts, and it's kind of fun. It's like a 70s theme. And so the pool, everything just has a 70s feel to it. And then they even have some fun cars that are parked out in the parking lot. And then ours was one of the cheaper ones, and it was a surf theme. We stayed at the, it's called Endless Summer.
Oh.
And they have 2 parts. We stayed at Dockside, which just opened in December. So it's brand new, very affordable. And we had, it was called a 2-bedroom suite. And it was, the girls had 2 queens. There was a kitchenette with like a picnic table to eat breakfast at or whatever. Refrigerator, storage, microwave, and then we had a bedroom, and then there was 1 bathroom area. So it was all kind of together, but we were separated, and then we had some kitchen space, so that was nice.
I mean, that sounds really like a nice hotel. When we stayed at Disney, even the nicer rooms, it's like, it's a little bit of just...
Need some
not a lot of
space.
space.
I know, and that was what we really enjoyed. I will say they didn't have a lot of storage. They only had 3 drawers. So we like to unpack and put our stuff in drawers.
Well, you could not be more different. We could not be more
So
different on our...
I don't like living out of my suitcase. I
like having your stuff out, so the maids have to come and fold it all up every night. There's not a crease in these underpants. Take them back. Iron them again. No, I don't.
No, but there wasn't a lot of dresser storage space. But again, we love the room. We had breakfast in our room every morning, so that saved us. I mean, the last time we went to Disney...
You made breakfast in your room every day.
Well, like, nothing cooked. We had... Because we didn't have a stove or anything, but we had a microwave, so we could have oatmeal, cereal.
I guess I'm confused as to what a kitchenette is.
Kitchenette is not a full kitchen. It's a good-sized refrigerator, not too small, a microwave, a counter with a sink.
Okay.
And a table to eat at.
Probably like a microwave and solid stuff. That's
so a microwave is
yeah.
a big deal because normally you don't get that in a room.
Yeah.
You know, and so you can heat up leftovers or you can make oatmeal. I do wish they had a toaster. They didn't have a toaster, but they do have it down in the cafeteria area if you wanted.
Bring your toast. Bring your bread. Take your toast back to the room.
So we would, we had like the little mini bites, little bite muffins, you know, we would have those in the morning.
Wow, we are I wish we had stock in mini muffins at my house. That is.
This was a delight for us because I don't ever buy those. So my girls were like pounding them.
Lily loves the mini
Little
muffins.
bites.
Gross.
So that was really nice to have that space. Also, just to have somewhere to sit down when you come back to your room that's not on your bed. You know what I mean? You can come and sit at the table and play a game or regroup and not be dirtying up your bed from being in the park all day.
Unless you just really like to sit on a dresser, because there's just one small dresser. So
right.
It's just a shame. So that's cool, though. I did not realize that. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around all these hotels at Universal.
There were quite a few.
It's really kind of become its own, like, it's not Disney light, but it's Disney adjacent. We
were impressed. We had a really good time. Their rides are very different from Disney rides. Mm-hmm. And
fast.
They are fast. They are fast and shaky.
One of them is furious as well. There's a dad joke.
So on that ride, there's like this dance party scene.
Yeah.
That's like, looks like you're at O'Malley's. Did you ever go to O'Malley's Corner downtown?
No, I didn't, because I was a nice little Christian boy and I didn't do that.
Dirty dance club. So there's this scene where there's this dance club party going on, and we're just like, our girls are watching it, and we're like, when is this part going to be over? Anyways.
You weren't like, this is where Mommy used to hang out, because that's what you just said.
No. So that was Fast and Furious. Anyways.
Well, your daughters they're not 13. That's a PG-13 movie.
Stella's 13.
Oh. Well, one of them's not 13.
One of them's not 13.
So.
Ask me another question.
Don't talk about my kids and my trashy past. No, there's nothing more uncomfortable than that kind of stuff with your parents. So I'm sure your kids were not excited about it either.
They were just like, what is going on?
There. Okay. We were going to take some turns. So you all went to the Voodoo Donuts.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm a big donut person. That's my biggest
Mini muffins
weakness.
can take a hike, but donuts.
And the Voodoo Donuts are so good. So every night.
Every night.
After dinner.
After dinner.
We would go to Voodoo Donuts and either eat it that night or take it to the room for the morning.
Now, I believe in the last episode you were like, a little food allergy and we're having a hard time.
Well, so it's really weird.
I apologize for
Stella
that voice.
does have a gluten intolerance, so we order a lot of things gluten-free, and I eat some stuff gluten-free, but the donuts don't bother her.
That's weird.
I don't know what it is.
It's like she's faking it.
No, because she does get in pain, but the donuts don't bother her. So now she was eating a lot of them, they might, but eating one didn't hurt her. So anyways, that was our big treat. They have a lot of good treats there.
Yeah, that place was pretty cool. They have, for me, we'll talk about a different episode souvenirs, but I really like Universal movie souvenir, like all their properties, like the Jurassic Parks and the things like that, the Simpsons, all the junk they've got. And I was just at City Walk, and I was like, this place is cool.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They had that big chocolate restaurant.
The chocolate factory, we ate there,
Yeah.
the chocolate emporium. It's called Toothsomes, and that was our first night.
Oh, that's rough. Toothsomes.
It's hard to say.
They could really use some help from the pun master. We could go better than Toothsomes, but yes.
It was a really fun atmosphere, and we had dinner there, and then they're known for their milkshakes, which are kind of overboard. Mm-hmm. It's like a big milkshake with like a piece of cake on top or a donut on top. So we got one and shared it between all of us, and it was really good.
Now, with two young daughters, were you worried the milkshake would bring all the boys to the yard? No. It's a song. Okay.
You lost me.
I'm sure they were playing it at O'Malley's. Wow. All right.
So the food, we really enjoyed the food. We made dining reservations at City Walk every night.
And this is something you also offer, dining reservations, when you do your service?
Yeah, Universal's different. Their dining reservations are just on like open table. It's not like a specific engine. Their mobile ordering is on their app for inside the park, but
we've not got inside the park yet. This is
right. We're just a City Walk. So Disney has Disney Springs, or Disneyland has Downtown Disney. Universal has City Walk. We really liked City Walk. There was a lot going on. There was music. There were a ton of restaurants. shops, all kinds of little things.
So, like, to me, when not just being out there, so, like, the last time we went to Disney Springs, part of it was what used to be Downtown Disney. Mm-hmm. And then they kind of built on the new part of it, but they call it all Disney Springs. City Walk's kind of like all that new part where it's like, it's not so much like classic.
No.
You don't have to care about movies or rides or anything. You just show up.
A lot of people just go there to eat dinner.
Restaurants and bars, yeah.
And then the two entrances are on the opposite sides of City Walk. So our bus from our hotel would take us to City Walk. Mm-hmm. We would check in, go through the metal detector there with no guns.
And they're watching you too, like hawks.
And then you go this way if you want to go to Islands of Adventure, and you go this way if you want to go to Universal Studios. Yeah. Which, we'll get to the parks, but.
Well, let's talk the parks because I don't think I've been to Islands of Adventure. I'm asking you like you
might have. Jurassic Park's in Islands of Adventure.
Is it? Did you used to have to do... I'm doing something very professional. It's good radio. All right.
He's Googling.
Well, you can keep talking.
So... the big thing about Universal Studios right now, obviously, is Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. And it is amazing.
What is Harry Potter? I hear a lot of Harry Potter. Harry Potter is Universal Star Wars, is that right?
It is. And it is better.
Whoa, hot take, Jenna.
Harry Potter was so immersive. So many details. And it's big. So half of Harry Potter Land is in Universal Studios, and the other half is in Islands of Adventure. They got you. So you have to buy the park-to-park ticket.
And again, you read the train.
Yes.
Oh, there's my Harry Potter train.
So if you go to Universal Studios, that area is the London Diagon Alley area.
Well, you're talking to a muggle here. I don't really know my
Muggle.
That's all I know.
So, Harry lived in London.
Sure.
And he had to get on the train. Well, I don't think he lived in London, but he had to go to London to get on the train and take that over to Hogsmeade, which is where the Hogwarts Academy is. Mm-hmm. So, on that end, you've got the buildings look like London, and it's hidden. Like if you're just walking around Universal Studios, you would never find it. You have to go down an alley, and then all of a sudden you're in Harry Potter Land. It's really cool. So you go in, and you're in Diagon Alley, which is where they would take Harry to buy his wand, find his wand, and all this stuff. So you've got things there.
The wand is the lightsaber of the Harry Potters. Is that correct?
Stop. Yes.
Okay.
The wand experience is so fun. And with COVID, it's so much better. Let me tell you. So you go to Ollivanders. That's the shop to get your wand. Okay? And you might wait in a line.
Okay. You can just go ahead.
You might wait in a 45-minute line.
Well, you might wait in a
45 minutes. It used to be they would let a whole crowd of people into this room. And the wizard would do this whole thing on the wand, choosing a person. And out of the whole room, one kid would get chosen for that wand. Okay? And there were all these tips, like stand close to the steps, and if you have a cape on, they're going to pick you, and all these things. Now, with COVID, just your family goes in there. So nice. So just us four, and both girls were chosen for a wand. And he did this whole thing with them.
Well, that's lucky because it'd be a long car ride back to the hotel.
It would be really bad.
I got chosen for a wand.
Or if they chose me, not the kids. And I'm like, so he had a wand chosen to Julia, and she cast a spell, and books fell off the bookshelf. And he was like, "Oh, that's not the one for you."
My kids do that without a wand. That doesn't seem that magical to me. They just made a mess. So they did that though in the room, and the room does magic things?
Yes.
Okay.
So Ollivanders, they have an Ollivanders on both sides.
You were saying that like it's a thing that everybody knows, but that's fine.
Okay. So
wizard shop. There's a wizard shop. So there's two of those wizard shops, you're saying?
Yes, one on each park.
Is that the character's name, Ollivander?
I think so.
I
think that's
I've seen the movies,
wizard that gives them their wands. So then on the Diagon Alley side, you've got the dragon that breathes the fire,
I've seen that, yes.
which is every 10 minutes, fire comes out. So everybody's standing there trying to get a picture. You've got the Green Bank, which is the bank, and there's a ride in there called Escape from the Gringotts. That's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And then you have a restaurant. Mm-hmm. You have Leaky Cauldron restaurant. We did not eat there. It's kind of like food from the UK, so it's a little different. Mm-hmm. They're not really known for their food.
No, just boil it up.
So, so we didn't eat there, but the butterbeer. I really liked it. The girls didn't like it.
I saw you. Big swig, big sip.
Oh, yeah. So the frozen one is hard to get to because they put cream on top. So you got to get through the cream and actually get the frozen stuff. But then I got a cold one, which is not frozen. It's just cold. Mm-hmm. And it was a lot easier.
Now,
it's really good.
I apologize for interrupting. Is this more like a milkshake or is this alcoholic?
No, it's not alcoholic. You can get it with alcohol, but we didn't do that. We just...
Anything can be alcoholic if you play your cards right at the park.
It's kind of... The best way I know to describe it is like a caramel coffee root beer taste.
Oh no, he had me. And then root beer.
The root beer is just the fizzy, I think, because it is a little fizzy.
Is it like a frizzy frappuccino?
Kind of, yeah.
I don't know.
And see, nobody in my family, my husband and kids don't like coffee, so they didn't like it, but I loved it. And then the cream on top has flavor too. And you're supposed to drink it where you get the mustache, the butterbeer mustache. So.
I do not remember this from the movie at all. So
I don't either, but it's just what they say to do.
Oh, people love it.
So we did that. So then they have the Hogsmeade Express. Mm-hmm.
Hogswort, I've heard. Hogsmeade
is like the town.
Okay.
Hogwarts is the academy.
It's so just
the
a blind spot to me.
Express
Okay.
Takes you from one park to the other.
That's pretty cool.
And it
but you have
goes
to have
back
your
and
ticket.
forth. But you have to have the park-to-park ticket.
Yeah.
So when you get on the Diagon Alley side, you can walk through the brick wall.
Oh, because it makes you magic by having the...
Because you're leaving London. You're going. Remember when Harry had to get on at 9 3/4? Do you remember this? Okay, so you have the 9 car and you have the 10 car, and he had to get on 9 3/4, which was a brick wall, and he didn't know what to do. But he saw some other kids walk through it, and then he was scared, but he went ahead and walked through it. So that's what you have to do. Now, when we got there, here's the tip. I thought it was broken because it was just a hallway, and I was like, where's the brick wall? And then Austin noticed there's a looking glass over to the left, and you have to look through the looking glass, and you see the bricks.
Now, you were disappointed it wasn't a real magical brick wall?
Yeah, I was.
That's hilarious.
So I had to go to the looking glass with my camera, and the girls would walk through, and I would video them walking through the brick wall, and they disappear.
Oh.
So that's kind of fun. So then you get on the train. You have your own train car, and both sides windows play videos. So the outside window shows a video of you leaving London and getting into Hogsmeade. People, there's like wizards flying in, and you see all this stuff. The other side is like frosted, and you see the silhouettes of Harry and Hermione and Ron, and they stand outside your door and talk for a little bit. So it's kind of neat. It looks like they're out in the hallway.
Yeah, so
super fun.
It sounds like if you're a real big dork, this is the place to be. But that's
so then you go to the other park. So that takes you over to Islands of Adventure, and then you're in Hogsmeade, and it's so. I mean, the buildings, the chimneys are crooked. There's snow on the roofs. Everything is just big and immersive. That is where the Hagrid's motorbike is, which. Oh my goodness, I'm not a big roller coaster person. This is probably the biggest ride I've ever done. I was really scared. We got on it, and it's a motorcycle. There's a motorcycle and a sidecar. And I don't know if you remember Hagrid, but he's kind of clumsy.
Which one is he?
He's the big...
Yes.
The big guy with the hair.
He's his friend.
He's his friend, and he was kind of like expelled because his magic was bad. Like he couldn't do very good magic.
I thought he was the janitor.
Yeah, because I think originally he was,
I
think, from the book, I think he originally was in the academy and he got kicked out because he couldn't do it very well.
Wow.
So his magic always messes up. Okay, so you're on his motorbike. And
that's a bad start.
Yes, so it has 4 blasts, which is where a roller coaster will just take off really fast.
Okay.
So it does that 4 times to 50 miles an hour.
Oh.
It's intense. And then I don't know if I want to tell all of it because some of it you just have to experience, because there are some scary surprises. So
I was reading Rainbow. That's how they. But I'm not going to tell you how it ends. You'll have to defend it yourself.
Well, there
it sounds
is
fun,
one
but
part
I don't want to.
where
You're just going to book a trip. Let's just call it.
Just one part. The other part I'm not going to tell. But there is one part where you go through fog, and you go up this ramp, and the track is broken. And then he's like, "Oops, I was never good at magic," and you go backwards, and you have to whip around.
And the Yeti, he's there.
It's kind of like that. So it was intense. It's the longest roller coaster in Florida.
Oh.
It's a mile long. Lots of fun. My family rode it 12 times.
12.
I rode it 6.
Well, that's half as many.
Because I couldn't do it back to back. I had to take a break. My watch, I would always be checking my heart rate before, because I get so nervous. And Austin was like, "You are damaging your ticker." I mean, it was like... It was like 110 just standing in line, because I was so nervous. So anyways, it's super fun and smooth, and being on the motorcycle, it's different than like being strapped into a roller coaster. So that was fun. The scenery is neat.
How are you
lots of details.
strapped in?
You've got a
seatbelt?
Not a seatbelt, but you've got a
Waist
bar.
turn. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it goes over your legs and not your shoulders, is that?
Right.
Okay.
Nothing over your shoulders. So that was the big hot ticket for us. And then on that side, you also have, the Forbidden Journey.
Oh, hey.
If you get motion sickness, you do not want to do this ride. It's like Flight of Passage, but also on a track, and your seat moves all
Is
around.
that a Harry Potter ride?
And it's like you're flying on a broom. So you play Quidditch, and when they fly, I mean, they're just like up and down and all over the place. So at one point, your whole seat goes back flat.
Oh, okay.
And then spins you around. I was like this, like trying to hold my brain in.
Gonna lose the snitch.
So when I got off, my vision was blurry.
Oh.
Yeah, like I had some major vertigo going on. So
how many butterbeers did you?
It's not that. I did that ride one time and I was done. They rode it several times. That is the nice thing about Universal is you don't go to the big ride one time your whole trip. You can get on and ride them several times.
Well, things have changed since I've been to Universal, I guess, because
it's not how it was when you...
There were some lines.
Hagrid's was the longest line. Actually, no. What we noticed with COVID was the simulator rides had the longest lines, because it would be a big bus or something, and they weren't filling every seat. So only a few people could get on in time, and then it's like a 5-minute experience. Right. So those lines were the longest. Hagrid's would say 45 minutes, but we never waited more than 30. Their lines, the Harry Potter line queues, are an experience in themselves. Going through the Gringotts Bank or going through the Hogwarts castle, they did those really well. There's also a little roller coaster, kind of like the Barnstormer. You know that one? That is in Harry Potter Land too. We did eat at 3 Broomsticks, which is on that side, and they have more normal food. We got like rotisserie chicken and corn and potatoes and stuff like that. It's delicious.
Very strange. All right. Well, so I'm a big Disney, I prefer Disney, I think, but Universal seems like they have a lot more rides than the experience is one thing, because Disney kind of has like a cohesive feel almost to it.
Yeah.
But Universal is like, here's this weird spot and this weird spot and this weird spot.
Absolutely.
Everything
There's
is themed.
Simpsons, then Dr. Seuss, then Marvel,
No, Dr. Seuss. We'll see if that hangs out. But yeah, so like when we went there last time, it was like, this is...
It is a little random.
Yeah, random, I think, is a good way. Like, everything is very cool, but it doesn't flow very well. But there's more stuff to do, it seems like, because it's just, you're like attraction, where at Disney, you're like, oh, I'm in this magical world, and then I might do 2 rides, but this is like, we're going to the next thing.
Girls, I mean, the whole time, they were like, we like these rides a lot, but we just miss that Disney feeling. Yeah. And that is, I mean, we were missing that magical feeling. You don't get that there. No. Even in the Harry Potter world, where it's so immersive, you don't get that like magical Disney feeling. So that was lacking. Jurassic Park was fun, and they have the water ride that's longer than Splash Mountain, and that was my favorite.
What's that?
It's a a log ride, but the drop is...
No, what ride is it?
It's called Jurassic Park.
The Jurassic Park ride is that's what I'm talking about. Okay,
Something like that.
Yeah, I understand. I know what you were talking about. I didn't realize that was the one you were meaning.
Yes.
Okay.
And they have a new ride coming this summer, June or July. I always have a hard time saying it. Velocicoaster. And it's supposed to be the roller coaster. And so they were test running it while we were there, and it looks intense. I mean, it's upside down and all over the place. So then Universal, you have a lot of your simulator rides. That's what they're known for. But it's not like just like on a simulator. They're also on a track. So it's like you move, you might dive a little, but you've also got the screen around you. I don't know.
Well, what's the difference between the two parks?
Blank.
Like Disney, each of their theme parks is a theme.
Not really. There's not really a theme. I think it's just you've got the older original things, and then you've got some of the newer things.
Well, that's why it didn't register to me
sense.
that Islands of Adventure was.
I mean, I guess there you've got Jurassic Park.
But, okay.
Yeah.
So let's take way back when I was a little kid. And by the way, these lines, they've gotten real good because we stood in line for 3 hours to ride Back to the Future. And I think of my parents all the time.
3 hours.
I know. I'm like, there's no way. I love my kids so much, but 3 hours is too long.
Oh my gosh.
But it's gone. But we were just like, this is the one we want to ride, and we're going to stand in here. And it was every bit of 3 hours.
Do you remember what you did while you were in line?
We got a frozen lemonade, and then I think we got a line. I got another snack because you're in there for 3 hours. And we talked, and we had a nice time as a family because they didn't have phones. Or
Yeah, you couldn't play a game or something. A lot of people
sure
play the heads-up game
yeah.
in line. That's the big thing to do.
I'm sure I entertained my parents with my stories and tales and jokes, much as I'm doing right now. No, I mean, we could go there and record a podcast in line. We could do 3 of them in a 3 hour line. It was insane. It was like,
That
it was a
is
fun ride.
crazy.
We'll never ride it again. Good time, everybody. But that's like half a day or a third of your day.
The longest line we stood in was Minions, or
Oh,
Despicable Me, and it was
my goodness, why?
not worth it.
No, that is one of
We
the
didn't know.
properties you can just take that out of here. So anyway, back in the day, there was like 6 things to do there. Or like they had like little shows and stuff. We did the Murder, She Wrote show. Like that's how long ago like this is talking about. And the things that you could add like sounds and stuff to movies and things. And then we went back.
See a lot of that kind of
that
stuff
stuff's
there.
gone. It
Yeah,
seems like.
yeah.
So now it's all like ride focused. We went to Universal, like I said, a few years ago, or several years ago, and they put Islands of Adventure in. But we were like, this is like kind of Universal was more like movie based things, and it seemed like Islands of Adventure is more like roller coasters. But now it seems like they're kind of
I could see
mixing
that.
it up.
Well, you've got the Hulk, and you've got the Rip It ride, something like that. And they're in different.
What is the Rip It
The Rip It ride.
What does that mean?
I did not ride it. Austin rode it, and it starts off. It's kind of neat. You get to pick your own music. So you start off and you pick your own music. He picked ZZ Top, and your seat like takes off, and then you're immediately flat back going straight up. Okay, you go straight up, very, very, very high, and then you go straight down.
Oh, no, that's not for me.
And it does some loop-de-loops and everything. So he rode it. He said it was okay. It was kind of rough, but he did it. So you've got that in one park, and you've got the Hulk, which is another big roller coaster people like that has upside downs.
Yeah.
So you do have 2 big roller coasters in each one. One in each one. And then I guess I can see what you're saying.
Well, like Universal Studios was almost like Hollywood Studios wasn't. It was like this is a
more
movie themed backlot
You've got
kind of
E.T.
story. Yeah.
and
Is
all-
E.T. still there?
Yes.
Oh, that's fun because they got rid of
So
King
funny
Kong.
story. Can I tell you a funny story? No, King Kong's there.
Is it not the original one, right? With the big puppet, like the big animatronic with the trolley car? That thing's still there?
Yeah. We rode a car, like a safari type car, and the big King Kong came over to us.
Well, I don't
I don't know.
We'll have to compare notes because
I don't think it's the original one, but they do have King Kong.
That does not sound like a thing to me.
So we got off ET, and they had this little photo op section. And since we paid for the photo package, we did every photo op we could. I was like, we're doing it. So we are doing our pictures, and it's in the gift shop. And this dad has these 3 ugliest things. These 3 ETs, this big. You know how ugly he is. He's never been a good-looking thing. He is not cute at all. They're this big, and he's buying them. And the guy's like, okay, that'd be $78.12 or something. And Austin and I look at each other, and then the mom walks in, and she goes, what are you doing? And he goes, they wanted ETs.
He's a good dad.
So he bought these 3 big, ugly ETs. I was like, where are they going to put those? I wouldn't let that in my house.
No, he was never a good-looking man.
So, anyways, that was our running joke. They wanted ET. You get them what they want.
That's right.
So, anyways, ET's still there. Jaws is not. That stinks. I like Jaws.
So, like, the Mummy was big.
Mummy is there.
Earthquake is something
Earthquake's not there. Yeah. I used to love the tornado. Remember that? It's not there.
Oh, that was mine and my wife's running joke because the guy that did it, Bill Paxton, had the video before. The guy from Twister, and he, if I finger God, and he leaned back so far in that video, and we're like, why is he? It was very dramatic, the video that they made you watch before you did it. And we would just always laugh at that because my wife loves Twister.
Yeah, that was fun. That's not there.
So they are building a 3rd park?
They are. I think they started the plans before COVID, and then I have heard recently that they're moving forward with it. But 4th, because you do have Volcano Bay.
Okay, well, let's talk about Volcano Bay because I've never even heard of that.
Well, I don't know a lot about it, but because we didn't go. But it is right there. It's actually, if you stay at Cabana Bay, it's connected to it. You can walk over to Volcano Bay. Okay. So a lot of the rooms at Cabana Bay, you can get a view of the water park, and they've got the big volcano is what they're known for that has a water slide in it. So the day when we were there, it was opening day for it. So people, and it had been closed since before COVID. So everybody was starting to line up to get ready for that. With their feet.
Get Allie.
So that as far as tickets go, you can do a 1 park ticket, you could do a 2 park ticket, or you could do a 3 park ticket. I don't know why you would do a 1 park ticket, especially if you want to do Harry Potter, but you can do a 2 park. Like Disney, you could do 1 park a day, or you could do the park to park is what they call their ParkHopper system, where you can go in and out. I did not know this till this trip. Right now, they're at a 35% capacity too. But they don't have a reservation system. So I always wondered, how do they know where they're at? Well, if you're an on-property guest, if you're staying in one of their hotels, you automatically are in for that day. Yes. So a lot of walk-ups that come from other resorts might not get in if they hit capacity.
The walk-ups. Now,
so that's a perk to staying in their resorts, is you're guaranteed to get in the park.
Well, I openly mocked Star Wars in the last one, and I mocked your Harry Potter. Because the last time I was there, I got up early. We were at a church conference, so I got up early because I wanted to go to Voodoo Donuts. And it started to rain, and it was very strange because it was still looking like it was going to be a packed day. And I'd say 75% of the people walking by had Harry Potter outfits on.
Yes.
And I was like, what is happening? It was just like a whole bunch of people.
I really wanted to get one, and Austin wouldn't let me.
Good for him. Take a stand. A bunch of... I was like, come on, guys. But I was like, I had no idea an old man had no idea how excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, we like a theme. So when we go to Disney, you saw, my girls love their ears. They're all about wearing their ears. And that was what they were sad about going to Universal, is they couldn't wear their ears. But actually, people there actually did have a lot of Disney stuff on.
Gross.
I know. So we probably could have gotten away with it. But I saw a lot of people with magic bands on. So I think a lot of people go back and forth. Although... I did not know how far apart they were, Disney and Universal. It's a $20 to $30 Uber ride to get from one to the other.
Yeah, it was like $20, I think, when I Ubered there.
Did you do it?
That's because I was just there by myself then. From the hotel across the street from Universal to Disney to the Magic Kingdom was like $20.
Okay, so I didn't realize it would be that much. On our pool day, we were tempted to go to Disney Springs just to get a little Disney, and we were like, I don't know, $40.
Oh, you got to get it back.
Yeah. So now they do have a shuttle you can book when you book your package with Universal that takes you to and from Disney.
Well, I think some people just have a car when they're down
Some
there,
people have their car, yeah, but we didn't. So we were kind of stuck. Maggie has to go out.
Would you like to let her out?
Am I hooked up?
You are not plugged into anything.
Okay.
Well, so we're getting to the part of the show where we get the Jenna tip for the day.
Before we do that.
Oh, whoa, please.
I will say.
Please.
With COVID, am I in there?
I don't know.
Universal, they're very strict about the masks, and they do the spraying and the cleaning. They not only have a dispenser of hand sanitizer, they squirt it in your hand. Because a lot of people walk by the dispenser and they don't do it. But at Universal, when you get on and off the ride, the worker stops each person to squirt their hand. So that was kind of different. Also, what was different was they will let you pull your mask down to take a picture.
Oh, gross. Just super spreader event all over the place.
No one is around you. You're taking a selfie of your family. You could pull it down and actually see your smile. We had our masks off for some of our ride pictures, and we got them all. So that was different. And then mobile ordering, their system, you go into the restaurant and sit at the table and put your order in.
Okay.
I like that better because you can sit down, you're in the restaurant, you can take your mask off, and you can figure out everybody's order, and you can even talk to a worker if you need to. So, yeah, I think those were the biggest difference between the two parks during COVID. But still the same, you got to wear your mask. Everything's being cleaned constantly. Their housekeeping doesn't come at all.
Yeah, nice.
Unless you request. So what I really liked, they gave you a number to text if you need anything. And so I had this, text string going on my phone, and I could be at the park and say, oh, we used up all of our...
And she texted you, she's outside. Her face came up.
We could be in the park, and I could think, oh, we used up our wash rags this morning. I need to ask them for more wash rags. I could text that number, and then when we get back to our room, they're there for us,
Those poor people, they need a tip at that place.
Yeah, that was kind of weird because you didn't know how to tip them, but you had to. Otherwise, you wouldn't get more shampoos and stuff like that.
If you didn't tip them, you didn't get more shampoo.
No, but I mean, they're not going to automatically bring anything up to your room. So, but having that number was helpful.
How much shampoo are you going through in a week?
We go through a lot of shampoo. And we like to collect the little hotel bottles. So we store them away and ask for more.
What do you do?
But I mean, all three of our girls, like me and the two girls, we have a lot of hair. So we go through a lot of shampoo.
All three of your girls.
Anyways, those were the big differences between. And when we checked out, did you see my post?
No.
It was $15 a person to take our tickets and upgrade to annual passes for 15 months.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, so $60. Yeah, now we have annual passes for 15 months. So even if we go, if we have a Disney trip and we go over to Universal for one day, $60.
Disney is not going to offer that, I got a feeling.
I don't know when their annual pass is going to come back. We wanted to do it in December.
They're not going to give you one for $15 extra.
No, in December, I had gone to the front desk every day asking if we could upgrade our tickets to annual passes.
Like, no, get out of here. Stop. Here comes Railey with her dumb question again.
And they just weren't doing it. Because I thought, surely any day now they're going to open annual passes, and they didn't. So, that was our Universal during COVID experience.
Well, you got any tips for us?
All right. Yes, I do.
Sounds like it. Nope. Let's leave.
Here's my tip for this trip. So when like I said, we had
it keeps flashing. I'm sorry.
We had the little kitchenette area. So we had a table. We brought some snacks, which we always do, like trail mix and dry things that you could store in your cheese crackers and things like that you could put in your backpack and take to the park and snack on. But we drink a lot of water. And Austin really likes his wild cherry Pepsis. And so you can't pack that. You can't pack that in your suitcase, right? So I was trying to figure out the best way to have some food delivered to our room since we do have all this extra space and a table. And when we went to Disney in December, every breakfast was like $60. So I was trying to figure out a way. This was kind of like a last minute trip. We were trying to do it a little cheap. So I was trying to figure out ways to save money. So Amazon Fresh. Okay. Better than Instacart and all those other ones. Amazon Fresh is live. So if I wanted something and they were sold out, I couldn't click on it. Or if it came back and they had it in stock, it would add it back to my cart. So you're not going to get a lot of replacements, you know, like you do with Instacart, where they try to guess a replacement for you.
They
and
don't try to guess.
Nothing close to what you wanted.
Insanity.
So the thing is, though, if your groceries are taken into the lobby and the guest service, the luggage counter has to take them to your room, that's $5 a package. Well, we had 2 cases of water. We had a case of Pepsis. And then we had, I don't know, several grocery bags. So that would have been $40 for them to bring it to our room. So I tracked them on the app. It tells you like how many stops away they are from your hotel. And so when it was down to 1 stop away, I went down to the valet area, whatever that's called, where you drive around to the front of the hotel, and waited for her. And she got out, and I jumped at her before she went into the hotel because I didn't want to be charged. So I got a luggage cart, put all the groceries on there, took it to my room, no charge. I think Amazon charges you a $5 tip, and then I gave her a tip. So that's a little bit of a fee, but other than that, there's no fee. We had 2 24 packs of water. They were $3 a piece. $6 for 48 waters. Those things are like $3 each in the park. And we go through water.
You can bring in your own water too.
You can bring anything in except alcohol.
Plastic bottles only though?
Probably. Yeah. I don't think you could bring glass in.
That's the guy that got yelled at.
Yes.
The Frappuccino.
So I have been drinking cold brew coffee. And so I had ordered jars of cold brew, and I would pour that in the morning and have that every morning. We ordered little clementine oranges and had those throughout the day. We had apples, we had bananas, we had the Pepsis. So anyways, that saved a lot of money.
Now, how are you carrying this to the park?
I carry a backpack.
Okay.
And then what we did, each person in our family would have a Ziploc bag, and they would go through the kitchen and pick their snacks for the day and put it in their Ziploc bag, and we'd put it in the thing, and we'd put our waters and Cokes in there. So it was heavy in the morning, but it got lighter as the day went on.
And you don't do that kind of thing at Disney, right? I feel like
we do. We pack snacks. I have not been able to do a case of water. I think we've bought it in the lobby before.
Yeah.
A case of water.
$75.
Probably.
Yeah. So, like, to me, Universal is more, even though it's got all that cool theming, it's more of like a traditional theme park, like a Kings Island or something, where it's like, this is just a nice Kings Island. Like, it's like, you go there and you're like, this is like a theme park. This is not a whole nother world that you're entered. Where
Maybe.
You're like,
yeah, I could see that.
$15 for hamburgers. Sounds good.
Right.
Traveler check.
Their food was cheaper.
Yeah. But I mean, it's one of those things, like, part of the Disney magic is they get you in, and you're just like,
and you feel like you're
this
in a
is
whole
all
other,
fine. This is just what they do here. But at Universal, at Disney World, you're like, or at Universal, you're like, this is just a really nice theme park.
Well, and there was a Walgreens across the street from our hotel,
so
we ran out of cereal toward the end of the trip. Well, down in the lobby.
Thing to have go on a. See, you at Disney World, you don't have cereal.
No, you don't. We never had breakfast in our room at Disney World. So in the lobby, they sold those little individual cereal bowls for $3.50 a piece. Okay, so all of a sudden, I was like, "There's a Walgreens across the street," and he said, "I'll go over there and check it out." They were 3 for $3. The same things. So he got some of those, and then he got like a bag of Doritos or something. So that was walkable across the street to go there and do that because we didn't have our car.
That's a pretty good tip.
That's my tip. And Amazon Fresh.
Yeah. Well, no, it's
if you have the Prime membership, obviously.
Well, I mean,
who doesn't?
I wonder So, well, that's really great. Like, that is, I think, very insightful to Universal Studios, where it's super fun and it's just right there. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great trip, and we didn't feel like we had to go hard all day like you do at Disney. You know, we could just kind of go here and there. Their hours were really short. They were only open like 9 to 5 or 10 to 6.
That's
I know.
weird.
I think it's because of COVID and just not as many people coming.
Is there a good age group to go?
Yeah, definitely. I think
minimum.
There's one thing about it. You don't have a lot of crying babies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all, middle school and up. Hagrid's, you have to be 48 inches to ride it.
Yeah.
Stupid phone. So
just taking it away and putting it up here.
it keeps picking up my voice. So our girls are 13 and 10, and I felt like it was a perfect age.
Okay.
Definitely little ones, you want to go to Disney.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to go to Universal. I don't think I have a 5-year-old, and she's tall, but I don't think she would be that big on the faster rides.
I don't know.
She doesn't seem like that. Well, she kind of does seem like that person, but I don't know.
Transformers was fun too. Did
Yeah.
you do that one? I don't know how old that one is.
I mean, I'm going to say we didn't. We were in line for a long time for Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man, yeah.
And that was when it was pretty new.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how long it's been since we were like Spider-Man. And now Spider-Man is like, I like my friends at Disney.
I know. Yeah, that's a whole nother.
But I guess it's a Sony
change.
property. It doesn't matter. The Hulk is owned by Disney, so that's weird that it's over there.
Well, Marvel is.
Yeah.
So, but I think it was all that changed.
Well,
after.
it was. But
yeah. I don't know what's going to happen there.
Take it out.
I know.
I'm clicking a lot today. They own Simpsons too.
Disney does?
They own Fox.
Oh yeah. I didn't
They're
realize
like
that.
Universal can just get out of here.
You know what I don't like about Universal?
Uh-oh.
You can't buy gift cards. I can't find gift cards for Universal. So when we go on a Disney trip, we always stock up on Disney gift cards in the grocery store at Target, and we'll give the girls one, and that's their spending money, or we'll add one up for food. And I couldn't find them anywhere.
No, I've never even seen them. Do you have a Costco card?
Yeah.
Because you go to Disney, you can get them at Costco, like a $50 gift card for like $45, like those weird things.
They used to. I don't know if they still do that.
Pretty sure they still do.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm going today. I'm going when I leave here.
Well,
so.
let me know.
Tip.
Well, a lot of people will buy them at Target and get their 10% back.
Yeah.
If you've got the Target Red Card or whatever it's called.
Well, so do you accept those Disney cards as payment?
Yes, you can use.
This is a Disney
you
question.
can't use a Disney gift card for a deposit.
Yeah.
But after you make your deposit on a credit card, you can use them for anything. You can put them toward a payment. You can use it for food, anything in the parks or Disney Springs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds good. Well, thank you for hanging out with us at the ParkHopper Show, and we'll be back with less stuttering, hopefully, and more good show to go. This was almost an hour long, Jenna. So
oh my goodness!
Love your Universal Studios.
We talk a lot. Yeah, we did. We had a great trip.
All right. All right. See you later.
If you would like me to book and plan your next trip for free, click the link in the description below. Thank you and have a magical day.